Hey everybody, I think it's October 7th today, the beginning of the shit storm down in the Middle East. Yeah, I guess it's getting more tense as the days go by. The world's in a real turmoil. That's all I can say. That's all I see every time I open up YouTube. Especially with this storm that hit North Carolina. Asheville, North Carolina. Wow. Huge devastation. And the emergency management agencies and the government, I mean, they were deplorably slow to react. A lot of people think like there's a conspiracy theory going around that, that was an engineered, geoengineered hurricane. And it's kind of impossible for a storm, a hurricane to like travel up half a mile up above sea level into the mountains and like it'd be the most impacted place. Where was the storm surge from that storm? I haven't heard anything about it. Usually the storm surge happens near the ocean. That's what I thought. I mean, I looked at the distance that it traveled through Florida and up north, the Carolinas. That's about the same distance as a hurricane hitting here from the nearest point, the nearest shore to Montreal, and hitting Montreal or Toronto even. And that's never happened in the entire history of hurricane monitoring reporting. Yeah, so that part's pretty interesting. I checked to see like how often that happens, and it's extremely rare. In the U.S., I think it's only been recorded one other time. It's Hurricane Camille in 1969, and it hit the same mountains in Virginia that are just over the border in Virginia. So the government was really incredibly slow to respond, and of course Biden put on his usual dementia mask, because I think he's got one for, I don't know, sometimes maybe he's got doubles or something, but sometimes when he's talking about war and how he's supporting Israel and all that, he seems to be a completely different guy. So the other day he put on the mask again. I don't know if it's really dementia or if it's some kind of act, because I thought Bush, they all go to acting school. Even Hitler, he was schooled by advertisement agencies, on how to orate, all his moves and stuff. He learned that from an ad agency I read. So when Bush came out, all of a sudden he was a pretty eloquent speaker as a senator or a governor of Texas. And then suddenly after 9/11 he caught the Bushisms and he didn't know how to talk anymore, and I find a little bit of a parallel between him and Biden, except Biden's really okay. So the other day he gets interviewed about it. He goes, What storm? Like he doesn't even know there's a storm situation going on. What storm? Oh, they got it all covered. Everybody's happy across the board. Yeah, right. It's getting cold here, so I'm not going to be able to stay here much longer. As soon as like a little cloud passed by the sun, it got really cold. So yeah, so the most the government's done for North Carolina is to make excuses and not even remember that there's a storm happening, and also to smear everybody as conspiracy nut jobs because they're linking like this battle that's going on between the residents apparently of Asheville and around that area of Black Mountain, and apparently like the big mine down the way, I think it's like 30 or 40 miles away or something, the Piedmont mine or something, and they mine lithium, and Black Mountain. I think Black Rock has part in trying to bully everybody off there, so they can rip that mountain apart and mine lithium, which is getting in pretty high demand considering poor baby. Don't worry about it. When you grow up, there'll be plenty to cry about. So, lithium. The lithium wars will probably break out pretty soon, Because these cars, they require a lot of lithium each one, and they want to totally eliminate gas cars by what, 2030? And it's like a really insane that anybody believes that this is environmentally friendly compared to gas. Wherever it is, it poisons all the water supply, and there's tons of aquifers under that place. So they'll all get poisoned. People in the mountains, they rely on wells and stuff like that to get their water. And this thing will devastate that area if they succeed in getting their lithium mined. And always, they don't even need permission from the government. They own the government. So it's a big shell game right now. And so you got Biden and Harris who went down there 4 days a little too late, and then she's saying FEMA with all their generosity and magnanimous generosity, they're gonna give all the affected people $750. This is a mere show of what went down in Lahaina. The same thing, I think Biden offered them $900. It's gone down now. I can't remember, but I'm sure that happened. The same scenario with Harris offering them a pittance, and they did the same thing in Lahaina. Does anybody know? Did they rebuild Lahaina? Did a lot of those conspiracy theories come true, where the elites took over the land, like Oprah and The Rock and all that? I don't know. So much catastrophe happens. This is in the news today, but yeah, it'll become history pretty soon when the next catastrophe hits. And now, of course, they've got Hurricane Milton, like, supposed to touch down in Tampa Bay tomorrow. So they're saying it's like the storm of the century, that it's gonna. It's more like they don't even have like a category for this one. They don't have Cat 6, so I've heard some of them calling it Cat 5 Plus. And it's strange too, because it originates right out of the Gulf of Mexico. I didn't think they worked like that. Yeah, a lot of really bad things. So like FEMA's like giving all the money to all these migrants, like, so that they're taking care of all the migrants. This migrant thing is like perplexing too, because, well, it's not perplexing if you kind of know what's going on. It's like they want to reset. The main deal about resetting is completely collapsing and destabilizing Western civilization. They've all caught this liberal pandemic of sorts. It's like they're lying on the ground waiting to be shot in the head by whatever enemy they're creating overseas. And like they've been flooding London. I mean, how long have we been calling London Londonistan? Quite a long time. I remember calling it that back around at least 2010. At least then I was hearing that there was a huge problem with this influx of Muslims, and I was scratching my head at the time. What are they doing? Like, what are they doing pouring Muslims into London if London is supposedly engaged in the war on terror? I mean, that was still a thing back then. So that language, sort of like that whole lexicon of the war on terror, kind of petered out. I don't know, 8 years ago, I guess. Damn, there's another cloud. It's getting kind of chilly. It's only like about 14 out here, and the sun is beautiful, but as soon as a cloud hits, I feel like I'm on the moon. Yeah, times are really bad. So they're flooding London with Muslims, and it's supposedly a war on terror. And now, like, I mean, the problem is much, much worse, like 14 years later. And it's also really bad in the United States. They're also pumping in Muslims into the United States. Half of these people, they don't know, I don't think they do very many background checks, especially today. Really strange. It's like so obvious that they're like trying to destroy the United States, you know, with this migrant crisis. So they're giving them all the money, of course. FEMA is down there at the border, coddling these people and inviting them in and giving them blankets and food and credit cards, you know. Free rent in some cases, a nice apartment, you know. It's like they're really trying to ramp up like a lot of discontent against the powers that shouldn't be. I guess that's just my observation of it. Seems really strange. So like the greatest, you know, effort that they put into Asheville was you know, labeling everybody a conspiracy nut job because they were speculating all these angles that could be possible with this thing. And then lo and behold, Trump, our savior, the new Messiah, according to some higher ups and rabbis in perpetual war lands over there. Yeah, America's aircraft carrier. That's what they call themselves. They've been bragging that's America's aircraft carrier the whole time. So I don't know what they're doing. They're just, I guess they know they're going to be in power once America's like completely collapsed in every way you can imagine. Of course, they're going to drag Canada along with them. I mean, we're kind of in a hurry to get rid of this guy. PM weirdo is what I call him, because he's just really strange the way he talks. The way he makes like issues out of non-issues. He's so like into justice for the indigenous. What a bunch of bullshit. Absolute bullshit. They only come out with this shit when it's convenient. When they're in league with the WEF. The WEF. You know what that is backwards? It's the few. Did you ever think about that? Yeah, all our higher up liberals are in bed, bending over for Klaus Schwab and his gang. So it's pretty obvious to everybody that they don't represent our country. So he's gonna fall soon. They don't like that. And the big reason for that is because people can actually still talk to each other, even though they shadow ban the shit out of us. But they've just woken up so many people with this last thing. I believe like 9/11 was a big wake up. A lot of people woke up over the years, and then that the thing that should have never been, the thing that you can't mention. There's still like you still get this. I don't know. I don't even want to get into it nearly. What will happen. So. That woke a lot of people up. Like after that, people were asking, well, if they're capable of that, then what else are they capable of? And when you dig into it, you find out what they're capable of. So getting back to North Carolina, Western North Carolina, Asheville, and surrounding area, Black Mountain, my prayers go out to everyone, and I hope you're gonna find shelter and stuff for this winter, because who knows what's gonna happen. Probably a pretty dark winter too. Anyway, so like their biggest effort is to smear everybody as a conspiracy nut job in the midst of them lying through their teeth at every turn. And obviously, nobody believes anything the media or the government says anymore. They've lost all credibility. But lo and behold, Trump, the savior, comes in, and he's at town meetings pretending to give a shit about little people. So many people in the United States and MAGA believe that he cares about them. He cares about America. He doesn't give a shit about America. I don't know, as far as I'm concerned. Anyways, he's over there in North Carolina. I think he threw a few bucks at them. I'm not sure how much he threw at them, but he's there, and Elon Musk, another savior, is supplying them with Starlink, and If anybody's salivating over lithium mines, it would be him. They're both up to their necks in that thing. They're not afraid to dip their toes in the flood water, because that's gonna, bring them votes. There's another theory out there that they're trying to wipe out the red parts of the state, so there won't be enough people left to vote for Trump. For Trump. Well, I don't think that's going to happen. If anything, this is going to make people want to vote for Trump more. It's just unfortunate that you guys, you don't have much of a. It's like who do I vote for? The devil or the devil? Because they're both going to destroy the country completely. It's just, I think Trump will probably stretch it out a bit, so we'll have a little bit more time before the whole shit hits the fan and all that. I don't know. But anyways, he's down there like pretending to care about the little guy, It seems to me that, the Democratic Party is doing everything they can to make sure that Trump does win. They're the front woman there, Kamala Harris. Man, she doesn't inspire much confidence. I mean, a lot of people voted for Obama because he was black. What a stupid reason to vote for somebody, but it was the first time, a black senator became president, so I guess it was a big deal then. But this time it's like, and now like the corporations are into hiring people because of the content, the color of their skin, not the content of their character or their integrity or their abilities or anything, I mean, it's completely absurd. The world's gone like completely upside down. It's like these are the fruits of basically national suicide that's been going on for the last ever since the Second World War. That's what I believe. I believe when they like brought in women's lib and everything and made it so everybody can work, and then they manipulated people into not having kids anymore, and then they made it too expensive to have kids anymore, I remember when I was a kid, like, I marveled at the way it was cheaper to fly to Greece than to Vancouver. And that's because, like, the way the economy is, the kids go in different parts of the country, so the family disperses. And then it becomes too expensive to go visit them, or you know. I don't know if that was a conspiracy, but I found that kind of weird. It was, But this is the situation we're in. And it's kind of unfortunate. Very unfortunate, as a matter of fact. I never thought it would end like this. Where people would where the whole establishment and the government and the media would completely lose their minds and be so completely at odds with the people they're supposed to be serving. Holy shit. What a mess. It's now it's every emergency that happens, all the way back to Katrina. At least they sent the National Guard there. Here they sent the National Guard to the Middle East instead. And that was like a day after the hurricane hit, you know. So yeah, well, I'm still kind of hoping Trump wins, just so the Democrats won't win, and maybe he can seal up that border a bit. It's that much I believe he's gonna do, and I do believe he's gonna like bring more jobs and make things a little bit more pleasant for Americans, like for the short term. But he's very much like a puppet of Israel, or they him. I can't tell which one is a puppet of who's the puppet master, who's the puppet. I'm not sure. It seems to swing back and forth, you know. They're definitely joined at the hip, as they have been right from the beginning. As Biden said so often, if you know there wasn't an Israel, America would have to invent one. So I guess that's gonna happen sooner or later. I kind of lost myself there, but I've been watching so many videos. I got so much information in my head. Yeah, I'm still kind of hoping he wins, but you know, I know it's not going to be good. But you know, it's just what do you want to be like tortured with? You know, a pair of pliers or a fucking cattle prong? Because that's basically the choice you have. You know, at least us. Next year we have Polyev, who looks like a nice guy and everything. And, the PCs have suddenly turned into the good guys somehow. I think it was the PCs who brought in free trade, or SHAFTA, as a lot of people call it. And they were the bad guys then, and the liberals were the good guys. Now it's the completely, well, yeah, it's just perpetual teeter-totter. But he seems like a lot better than any other politician I've seen for a long time. But I'm sure like he won't be able to do half the stuff he does, because you know our PMs to our frontmen like puppets for some other entity. Definitely corporations, probably foreign nationals like China. You know. But it seems like a big better of a choice than Trump or Harris, you know. Yeah, I think they should send Trudeau off the plank there, but that's not going to happen. The politicians, they never get punished for their crimes, you know. They just get stripped of their you know, whatever rank or whatever. Yeah, they're above everybody else. You know, a cut above everybody else. They don't have to face justice. Well, that's a foreign concept to them. That's what the other half has to do. Anyways, how long have I been here? Oh yeah, half an hour. It's getting kind of cold. I better go for today. My prayers go out to you guys in North Carolina and Florida, and basically the entire United States, because it's in pretty sad shape right now. The really lame duck president. The only time he seems to speak with any authority or conviction is when he's talking about his puppet master over there. From the guys that fly that flag there, the Star of Rumfan or whatever. Okay, I've said enough. Anyways, guys, thanks for all your comments in the last video. I wasn't feeling so good. I feel better now. I felt better after that video. I felt kind of. I mean, I wasn't happy that other people have to struggle with the same shit. I guess that's a real pandemic right now. Anxiety, you know, the world's going to shit. They got these microwaves doing who knows what. The Hive B. Yeah, pretty bad. Anyways, these things are very challenging, and I think it's even harder to find friends now because everybody's like different than they used to be. That's for damn sure. People were a lot more sociable back before we got all these gadgets. Different, way different. I remember the 90s was completely different than this. But I remember when Windows came online and America came online, and I remember the whole thing, and I remember like it started to change like right away. It was palpable, the change. Yeah, it was really different. Music started to change. Everything changed. Now we're doing this. Now we're pretending not to be racist, but we're becoming more racist than we ever were. You know, on some levels, you know. Like it's like when I go out in the city, I feel like a stranger in my own land. Just downtown, that's where the concentration of this mass immigration is coming, because they don't really fit in with the rest of Quebec because it's all French. And most of them don't want to speak French. But, you know, when I go up to the outer areas of, like outside of downtown into the boroughs of Montreal, it's the same as it ever was, and it feels good to be with my people, for lack of a better term. Just because I feel like I'm home again or whatever. Is that racist? I don't think so. But they'd probably, you know, I'd probably get accused of being racist just because I said that. I think it's pretty natural, you know. People are kind of tribal, and we wear our skin like fucking hockey jerseys. I mean, it just, you don't have to hate the guy on the other team, you know, but you just know that they're of that tribe and we're of this tribe, and that's the way it's always been, you know. But they're trying to make that disappear, you know. They're trying to make a lot of things disappear, like culture, you know. Like our city here used to have a lot of culture, a lot of character downtown here. Now it's got nothing. There's nothing there anymore. Because there's no more of us down here anymore. It's all transients and immigrants and migrants or whatever. So they don't bring anything here. They don't care about this place. They haven't been here all their lives. They don't speak French. So they don't really add anything to the culture. Like when the Chinese used to come with their diaspora and stuff, they make a little Chinatown, and that place is its own Chinatown kind of culture, but it doesn't completely take over the whole heart of the city, you know. That's kind of sad. It used to be like really fun here, you know. It had a really great nightlife. It was renowned. I'm sure it was renowned for its nightlife, you know. Every Friday night there'd be like tons of cars on the main strip, St. Catharines, and horns blowing, and you know, just really a lot of noise every Friday night. But now it's like it's like people just walk around and they don't go to. Nobody can afford to go to a bar anymore, anyways. Like clubs, they were big back in the 90s, you know? It was kind of cool hearing all that music, like bassing out of the building and people sitting around having fun. They didn't worry about all this NWO garbage. That's the thing too, like the whole conspiracy genre, I think it's blown up. Like, I find a lot more people are kind of awake than they used to be, you know? It's a kind of good thing, but, you know, they're really intent on shutting us up now. They really don't like it. I saw this clip where John Kerry, it looks like, I think the Muppets made a caricature out of him, and it looked exactly like him. So every time I look at him with his little fucking straight razor mouth that he's got, is just a slit across his face. He's got this really cylindrical face. It's a very strange looking dude. Anyways, like, he's griping about how like the mainstream media and the government and all that, they used to like own all the fucking information before this came online, right? This thing that I'm talking to you with. So those were the glory days. So there was a referee there, you know, like, and their referee, of course, was so all our information came from them. But now that we can all talk amongst ourselves and this conspiracy virus is spreading all over the world at an alarming rate, and the WEF is like, or the few, let's just call them the few, because that's really what they mean. Yeah, they're I don't know, a lot of people have woken up to them. So, like, I think a lot of governments that are in bed with them are being voted out, just like this government here, Prime Minister Weirdo. He's gonna get voted out. He's like pretty much the most despised man in Canada. So yeah, this doesn't fit with their scheme of things. So they want to further like shut everything down. You know? So I don't know. Look for something drastic to happen. I don't know if they're going to be as powerful as they can like puppeteer our politicians. I don't know. You know, there's still a lot of good people in the world, and maybe this Polyev is a really kind of good guy. I don't know. I hear a lot of good things about him. I see a lot of good things. He looks kind of honest, but who knows? You know, once he gets in power, as the Lord said, power corrupts absolutely. So you change a lot when you get all that power, you know. Changes you a lot. And when you're a leader of a nation, you immediately have to have a lot of blood on your hands. It seems to be the way it goes. Especially if you're an American president. Not so much for Canada, but we follow all their barking orders, you know, that's for damn sure. We were always like on a short leash with the United States. Basically the same country, like a trailer hitched to the back of a car kind of deal. Wherever America goes, we go. That's usually the way it goes. So, you know, a guy like Polyev, maybe he's a good guy, maybe he isn't, but the system and the odds are stacked against him. I mean, in terms of all the things he claims he's going to do, you know. You know, a lot of times, you know, a politician, when he opens his mouth, he's lying, you know, as soon as he opens his mouth. And that's not always because he's a liar. Like, he's just learned how to be a liar, because that's really the only way to navigate politics in this world. So just lie through your teeth, you know. Anyway, I think I'm rambling now. I better get off. The sun's going down behind that building, and it's gonna get mighty chilly soon. So I'll see you guys in the next round. And thank you so much for helping me out the other day. Really appreciated that. That you didn't call me a big baby, boo-hoo, and all that shit. Fucking lighten up and cheer up and all that crap. Because I guess you can relate to living in this fucked up world. I'll see you next time.